Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be doing a quick comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A14 and the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. Now both of these are 5G phones, there are 2 years apart. Now when it comes to the size, the A16 is just a little bit bigger, 6.7 inch versus 6.6. Now let's go over the rest of the phones. Now on the bottom of the phone, we do have one big difference. The A14 still has 3.5mm headphone jack, while the A16 doesn't. The rest of the phone is pretty much the same. We have USB-C for charging, we have the speaker, then on this side, we have the volume controls and then the power lock button, which is also fingerprint sensor on both of these. And then we have the microphone, and then on this side we have the physical SIM card slot and the SD card expansion. The A14 supports up to 1TB, and I believe A16 supports up to 1.5TB. Now on the back, both of these phones do have triple cameras with the flash. I'll go over those a little bit later. Now the A14 does have more of a grippy back, while this one is very smooth. Both of them do leave fingerprints like crazy. Now another difference between the two, the A16 does have these straight sides, while the A14 has curved sides. I do prefer straight sides, it just makes it kind of easier to hold inside the hand, and also the fingerprint sensor is right there. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier. Now, when it comes to the display, both of these are 1080p resolution. Both of them do have around the same pixels per inch. Now, one big difference is this one is Super AMOLED, while this one is IPS LCD. 90Hz refresh rate, 60Hz refresh rate. Now, I do have both of these set at the same brightness. And here is just to confirm both of them around the same brightness. Now, here is both of them up close. Now, as you guys can see, the A14 does have a lot warmer colors. You guys can be the judge of which one looks better for you, but it is the same wallpaper. Now, both of the phones also do have good brightness, so you can easily use them outside. Now, when it comes to the hardware and performance, the A14 does have MediaTek Dimensity 700 CPU, while the A16 does have Exynos 1330. Now, the A16 also does come with the MediaTek CPU, depending which market you end up getting this. When it comes to the RAM, there's quite a lot of variations. The ones I have is 4GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and on the A14 I have 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage. Now there's variations where they do come with 6GB of RAM and 8GB of RAM as well. I don't have those models. Now when it comes to the storage, this one also does come with 128GB of storage, and the A16 also does come with 256GB of storage. So the A16 does have double the storage. Performance wise, the A16 does have a bit of a newer and snappier CPU. The differences aren't that huge, to be honest. So even though these are 2 years apart, the performance wise, you're not going to notice that much of a difference. Future proof, yes, A16 would be a better way to go, future proof, but as of right now, doing the same things, you're not gonna notice that much of a difference. Now, when it comes to the battery, both of them do have 5000 milliamp. The only difference is this one charges at 25 watts wired, while this one charges at 15 watts. Neither of the phones do support wireless charging. The cameras as well are pretty similar. We have 30 megapixel front-facing camera on both of these. Then on the back, as I mentioned earlier, triple camera system. Both of the phones do have 50 megapixel main camera with the 1.8 aperture. Then the A14 does have 2 megapixel macro, 2 megapixel depth, while the A16 does have 5 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro. So there's a little bit of differences between them. If you do have good lighting, both of these phones will take good pictures and videos. I always notice the budget-friendly phones do struggle with the lighting. So if you're taking pictures in a dim room, they're not gonna look that good. So make sure you do have some good lighting inside the room or outside, wherever you're taking the pictures. So even though these are 2 years apart, there really isn't that much of a difference between the two. On this one, we still have 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but this one did get that Super AMOLED display. Resolution stayed the same. The CPU changed a little bit. I don't think it's a huge change. And also the RAM, that was a little bit disappointing. Again, depending which model you end up getting. If you go with the standard, it does come with 4 gigabytes of RAM, which would be the same as the A14. So if you're looking for a good budget friendly, I would recommend either one of these, but I would probably suggest getting maybe 6 or 8 gigabyte model. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.